Hey everyone, for today's Riverside Chat, we are meeting with Bradley Williams. Everyone, welcome Bradley. How are you doing?
Doing well.
Good. Are you so pumped for this interview?
Yeah, I'm super nervous.
No need to be nervous. We're going to start right away with something easy, talking about yourself. So we're going to do the bio blast. Just give us 5 quick facts that best show who you are to our audience. They can be about whatever you'd like, but you only have 30 seconds to give them. So do you think you could do that?
Oh, we can try.
Awesome. Whenever you're ready, go.
Okay, so I'm Bradley Williams. I was born in Bay City, Texas. I learned about disc golf when I was 20 years old. One of my first goals in disc golf was to become 1,000 rated, so that really motivated me to stick with it and practice often. And some of my favorite memories in disc golf are watching playoffs and final rounds of the MPO field.
What brought you into disc golf specifically? Like, how did you get started? What was maybe your first big goal when you started, and how did you accomplish it?
A friend's father of mine took us out to play disc golf just one random afternoon. And that was a kind of a one and done experience. Although I did play him, I lost the first match, so I challenged him again the next time out. I had to get that dub. My first big goal was to become 1,000 rated player and to average 1,000 for every round of in a tournament. So that was really nice to achieve. And the last few years of disc golf have been crazy. The courses are packed, and it seems like people know who you are. You play in the open division, so it's like having fans everywhere now.
I kind of gave you some insight on me already, as I'm a beginner. I'm just learning the sport. So are there any pro tips you could give me on smooth throwing, hitting your lines, or maybe like a piece of advice you were given when you started that would be good for me now?
One of the earliest things that I remember doing that sort of benefited my throwing ability with the backhand was to play upshot games in the park near my house with my putter. So I'd take like 3 or 4 putters, and I would try to throw the putters like hard and low to one spot. So I think some people, when they're trying to be smooth, they slow down their arm and they try to be smooth. But in order to have a smooth swing, you actually need to accelerate and throw fluidly. And it's easier to do that if you focus on throwing like direct shots, point A to point B, as simple as you can, but with quite a bit of power. It doesn't have to be a max power thing, but it has to be kind of like a full throw. And that would be the easiest way to learn how to spin the disc, get glide, and throw like very direct point A to point B.
I want to know, what's the inside scoop on tour life? How is it really? And how do you like relax and unwind after a tournament being on tour and touring around?
Sure. So one of the funny things about being on tour is that each week feels like a year. You're in a new state often, a new community, new place, and there's a lot going on with it, course prep and, day-to-day errands and driving and just, so every year it feels like you've lived 10 years. Like time is just a bit different when you're on tour, traveling as much as we do. To relax and unwind, I'm usually looking for like a place in the woods that has like a nice river, preferably like a mountain stream or something kind of cold, to kind of break me out of that like grind mentality, that cold water, something about it. It's just a really peaceful place to go. And as far as the community, everyone kind of is like in their little cliques and kind of that you kind of hang out with, your little group. But overall, I would say the community is really welcoming, and there's a lot of people out there willing to lend a hand if you need it.
Okay, Bradley, I'm putting you on the hot seat again. We're going to do disc talk. So, in under 1 minute, tell us the disc that you think more people should be throwing and why.
I think one of the most underrated discs that we have in our lineup is Glow Mako. One, they're hard to find because they're not in production often, but if you can find a Glow Mako, it's got a lot of glide, glows in the dark, so it's easy to find, and it's one of those discs that you can fall in love with pretty easy. There's a lot of shot shaping that you can do with it, and the word itself, just Glow Mako, it's just a fun disc to have in your bag. And I think that if you can ever come across a Glow Mako, you should give it a try.
You've had a great start to your season this far. What are your goals like for the remainder of this season? And how do you stay mentally tough as you go throughout the entirety of the season?
So the main goal for the season is to stay healthy, network and make strong connections, grow my brand, and also stay hungry week in and week out to play my best. Those are the main focuses, main goals to achieve. As far as mental strength, it's important to take breaks from disc golf and let your mind not be so focused on the outcomes and the results. I rarely think about what I want to do, what I want to score when I'm not on the course. I'm completely zoned out from disc golf when I'm away from the course. So that's one of the ways that stay mentally tough, I think.
All right, Bradley, we're starting in the hot seat and we're ending in the hot seat with the Fast Five. This is a super fun segment that I've been doing with our guests. I'm going to ask you 5 random questions and you have 15 seconds to answer each of them. So are you ready?
Let's do it.
Awesome. Question 1. What is your favorite course to play on tour?
Milo MacGyver here in outside of Oregon. It's just a beautiful property. It's got big mature trees. I think the course itself has been you can't tell that it's changed in the last 5 years that I've been coming up here. It's just a nice course, throw fairway drivers and medium driver shots, and they have a mix of putters and mids too. I think it just has a little bit of everything, and it's just really beautiful.
Question 2. What is the best gift you've ever received?
I think a pair of wool socks for my girlfriend. The reason being they're super special. I was cold when I was in Norway, and it was a sweet gift. Cozy, keep me warm. It reminds me of to be generous and give when you can to others.
Awesome. Question 3. What's your favorite zoo animal?
I think it would have to be a giraffe, and it's just because they have really long necks.
It's a good answer. Question 4. What's a song that's currently stuck in your head or just a song you've been listening to a lot recently?
We listened to Bassman this morning. I forget the artist. It was recorded maybe a decade or two ago. And honestly, the song isn't very good except for the first 5 seconds. But yeah, if you can find that song, Spaceman, give it a try.
Awesome. Last question. Do you have any pre-round rituals or superstitions or things that you do before every round that you play?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I have a very specific ritual. How I like to warm up, how I like to get my mind ready for the course. No secrets to the deep stuff, but yeah, generally it's throwing and putting. That's the basics of it.
No wearing the same pair of socks over and over again or anything?
No, I wish it was something with my outfit, but that'd be too obvious. So can't expose that to the world.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us today, Bradley. We had a great time getting to know you a little bit more, and we can't wait to see you perform the rest of the season on tour.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you.